What is up? What is up? What is up? And welcome back, you amazing, steady steppers. What's up? 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 You steady stepper. I just wanted to see how long my lung capacity could go for that one. What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome back, you amazing steady steppers. How y'all been flowing and how y'all been growing throughout the energetic field of the calendar week? How y'all been flowing this week? What kind of energy y'all been in for the week? How has your thought process changed this week? For the good or the bad? Have you been having more positive thoughts? Have you been having more happy thoughts? Or have you been feeling kind of down or sluggish? Have you been feeling like not at your best capacity? How y'all been feeling this week? What have you come in contact with for the week? Come into contact with some challenges? Have you come in contact with some obstacles? Which are really the same thing, but have you come head on with some adversity? So, we got some high vibrational music flowing for the first segment of the show. And I wanna do something a little different. We did it on one show, one of the episodes where we kind of had like a quick 2-minute kind of neutralizing and just ready to open up and be ready to receive at least one seed from the show that we can plant, fertilize, nurture, and have grow into a very, very abundant, fruitful tree that can shade so many and feed so many more. So I did kind of like that too. Did y'all like that when we had that neutralizing moment? And I want y'all to let me know some feedback on how you guys kind of felt once we had the high frequency music on and we neutralized before we just jump right into the show and jump right into the topic. So again, y'all, we're going to take our time. We're going to take a few minutes and just go into a neutral place, kind of soothe your mind, ease your mind. Just remind yourself that everything that we continue to envision in the positive note that we dream of is definitely possible. So y'all just take a few moments. Give yourself some positive affirmations. You tell yourselves that are listening in the abundant, creative, universal guidance within yourself that is listening what it is that you want to receive today. What it is that you want to receive for the week. Plant some seeds within yourself. So as we slow down the sounds, we're going to come back into a state of readiness, a state of excitement, and a state of abundance. Yes, sir. So What is up? How y'all feeling? How y'all flowing? And how y'all growing? Let's roll into this great show. Today's show, we're going to do a part 2 on Let's Go Deeper. First of all, before we get this episode started, we're going to roll in the RGC commercial right here. No job too big or small. Just call RGC. You see what we got going on. It is my mother's birthday. Happy birthday to mama. But I am Destine, Chief Operating Officer of RGC. If you need any property preservation or management done or grading or construction, let us know. We are definitely here and happy to serve you. Let's go. Let's be great. Let's go, y'all. All right, we back. Cool. So now let's go deeper. Let's go deeper, y'all, because what I'm starting to understand in this journey of becoming, in order to become, you have to release what you used to be, or you have to release who it is that you used to be. Because the thing is, you've already accepted an identity of yourself up to this point, right? So think about who it is that you are right now in the present. Right now in the present, I'm Destine. And I am not the most efficient person all the time when it comes to things that I want to get done. I get them done on my time, not on a timely manner that could really just get things done in the moment as they're thought of. I might put it off. I might procrastinate. I might wait till I'm in the mood to do it. Or all these other things that I have become prior to me coming into a conscious state of wanting to change who I am. And all these things that led up to me not being the brother that I see myself being mentally is from things that I've seen throughout my existence. Because I had this kind of awakening moment at early 25 young. So about a year or so ago. And all the events before that, they were things that I was just living in. I was just living in being a part of. So environment, my attitude, my activities, my energy, my outlook, my perception on reality was based on things that I have gone through up to that age of me coming to more of a conscious awakening of, man, I really, really know that I got somebody different within me that is burning to be shown. And honestly, I feel like he was always within, but I was too intimidated by the new version of myself that desires to come out. And when I say I was intimidated by that version of myself, I mean, I said, I have to be to bring him out. Because the new version of me was super confident. He was super outgoing. He was super positive. He was super bright. He was super intellectual. He was super intelligent. He is super assertive. He's dominant. He's somewhat aggressive when it comes to things that he really wants in a positive manner. He's in shape. He's helpful, but he's also selfish. And I said, man, who would want to be him? And then I said, me. What? Me? I want to be him. And like when I was kind of arguing with my subconscious would say, Destiny, why would you be those things? Who told you can be those things? Who is it that gave you the energy and the idea that you're worthy of those things? I said, hold up, subconscious. Who are you talking to? My conscious mind told me that. What? I didn't ask for your approval, subconscious. Only reason you're even irrelevant is because I've got these habits and these vices that have formed you. Because it was up to my conscious mind, we would have already been all these things that we are continuing to see mentally. But see, your problem, subconscious, is that you think you really running the show. You're a part of the show, but you're not the show. There are so many other things that come into play that allow us to be us. It's not just the subconscious. It's not just the conscious. It's not just our energy. It's not just our actions. It's not just our attitude. All these are collective ingredients in the recipe of being yourself. So I was like, man, if my subconscious not running it, but he feel like he running it, we got to put him back in his place. We got to silence him a little bit to like, hold up, bro. I feel that you want to protect us. And I feel that you're a little intimidated by your new version of yourself that you desire to become. And I feel that I know that you don't know what this is going to create and where this is going to take you. But we can't live in that anymore, brother. Elevated brother Destine. Elevated sister on the other side of this camera. Elevated brother on the other side of this screen. You can't continue to live in your subconscious. Because our subconscious are things that have been programmed directly and indirectly in our mind through everything that we take in throughout the day. Trail mix. So trail mix got peanuts, M&M, raisins, almonds, and whatever other things that you put in them, right? So the trail mix is the collective body, which is your vessel. So different ingredients. The raisins are your subconscious. The M&Ms are your conscious. The almonds are your feelings. The what other ingredients in there? The peanuts are your actions. So all four of these things and your mix that make you a collective, delicious individual. Man, that makes you a collective, delicious individual are these different ingredients, right? So if you start taking out certain ingredients, you're going to get a different taste. You're going to get a different reality. But also when you add different ingredients, you're going to get a different taste and a different reality. So I said, oh, bet. This is not just one person, but there's multiple things that contribute to making this collective, delicious version of myself. And I have the ability to change the ingredients whenever I'm no longer satisfied with the taste of what I'm consuming. So I said, oh, boom, light bulb. So I said, if I'm not liking the raisins taste no more, let me take out the raisins. And then I'll get a different taste. Let me add some, I don't know what you can add in place of raisins. Let's go. What would you put in place of the raisins in your trail mix? What would you put in the place of raisins in your mix? If you wanted maybe a sweeter taste. Maybe you put some dry raspberries or some dried out blueberries in there. If you wanted a different taste, the texture will be similar, but the taste will be different. Some of the things that you see will be different. No, some of the things that you see may be similar, but the way in which you react will be totally different because you change the ingredients that make you you. Right? So you're like, Destine, okay, bring this into a relatable thing outside of food. So when I'm gonna give y'all this example. So I was at work and I had just replaced the striker on the door of the vehicle. And you know, the striker is what makes the door latch on to the tongue so you can ride down the road safely and the dang on door don't fly open on you. So I had just replaced that, and it was like, man, it was still not giving me that resistance. I mean, it was still giving me resistance, and it wasn't closing like I needed to. So I was like having to slam the door like bang, 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 and having to do it multiple times, but it still wasn't catching. The new being of myself still wasn't connecting with my tongue so we could be one and we could flow down the road and not have all this resistance coming in from the outside. So I said, hold up. Let me go back to the foundation. Let me go back and look at the tongue. Let me go back and look at the latch. Let me make sure I did all my steps correctly. Let me make sure I tighten up all my bolts. Let me make sure my tongue is super tight to the door. So I said, okay. I looked at the latch. I messed with the bolts. The bolts were tight. I looked at the tongue. I wiggled the tongue. I said, boom. We got part of the challenge right here. I wiggled the tongue loose. Loose as a goose. Just loose. So I'm like, okay, let me tighten this up. Or maybe it's the washer that's not allowing it to close properly, because sometimes with those new latches, because when they so tight, it's like, it's not like a resistance, but it kind of is not smooth as it should be. So I was like, let me take the washer out and put the tongue back in and see if that fixes it. It doesn't fix it. So I'm like, okay, let me put the washer back on and then put the tongue back in. So as I'm doing that the second time, guess what happened, y'all? The whole bolt on the back side of the metal that allows the tongue to screw into falls in the door. And it's not where I can reach my hand down and grab it. So I'm like, oh my goodness. Leave it up to me, always wanting things to be damn near perfect, and end up creating a whole nother challenge that I get to fix. But then I said, hold up. We got a new mindset of abundance and creativity. Yeah, doggone right, I'm a tinker with things until they are the best in which I feel like they should be. But when you go to tinkering with stuff, you start to find other weaknesses within that system. When you go to adjusting stuff, you get to figure out, oh man, that wasn't as strong as I thought it was. But when you always are in the mindset of, no matter what, I'm going to create the best experience possible for myself and anybody else that is a part of it, then you say, I still got an opportunity to grow in this situation. So I had that same mindset after those 3 seconds of me like, damn, I'll mess this thing up. But I said, hold up, we didn't mess nothing up. Because everything we damage, we can fix. And I was like, bet. So I had a strap in the truck. So I said, and mind you, it was like 4 a.m. when this happened and this thing fell in the door. So I'm like, okay, let me figure this out, and then I'll do something else when the sun come up. So I had a strap. I took the strap for the wall straps and I tied it through my door handle. I tied the other side to the other chair on the other side of the truck, and I just ratcheted it. And it gave me that seal in the moment that I was looking for so I can get to my next stop to get what I needed to fix this door properly. I had to use the tools that were already around me to solve this problem or this challenge that is in front of us right now. And that tool will allow me to get to my next destination until I can have better supplies or better tools to figure out how to properly fix this obstacle that I have created. So I was able to use the door strap to fix what I needed. And while I'm riding down the road, my brain gets to thinking like, okay, what we gonna do to fix it? What we gonna do to fix it? So one part of me was like, okay, we can find a fabricator, get them to weld a bolt on the back side of the door, and boom, we fixed the problem. But I said, okay, if I get a fabricator, I'm gonna have to find somebody. I'm gonna have to see they got the time to schedule to slide me in there for 5 minutes of work. Then I'm gonna have to pay them probably like $50 to $100 minimum. But I mean, that's just the name of the game. And I was like, okay, man, we can go find somebody that can do that for us real quick. But then I was like, think more. And I said, why are we welding a bolt onto the door when all we need is the bolt to be able to hold the tongue in place anyway? So I said, you know what? We're going to do something better than weld. We're going to get what we call Loctite. The orange one that you can remove with like a tool. Because you got 3 versions of Loctite. The orange, the red, and the blue. The red don't come off unless you put high heat on it and you cut the bolt out. The blue, you got to put some air tools on it. The orange, you can pretty much get like a ratchet and do it by hand. So I said, you know what? We're going to find us a hardware store. When we get to where we're going, we're going to go get us a bolt. We're going to go get us some Loctite. And we're going to fix this door. So I said, you know what? That sounds like our best bet. That sounds like an easy $15 to $20 fix. So once I got all my stops off and everything, I said, hardware store. We found us a hardware store. We went to one. They didn't have what we need. I said, okay, this is not going to stop us. We're going to keep going. Somebody got what we need. We went to another hardware store. They didn't have what we need. But they sent us, they referred us to the next best place in that environment to go get what we needed to continue to grow and to fix our challenge that we created. So boom, we got to our third retailer. They had everything we needed. So I said, okay, boom. Now we're closer to where we need to be than when we started. So I sifted through all the materials and I sorted out exactly what I needed. So once I figured out what it was that I needed, I was like, boom, we're going to put this on the back. We're going to get us our Loctite. We're going to put this thing together so we can grow. And we ain't got no door flopping open on us. So I was then able to get all the materials, put the door back together, and the door had less resistance, but it still wasn't functioning properly. I changed the ingredients. I put new hardware on it, but I still wasn't getting the result that I really, really wanted. So I said, dang, we got to go back in the process. I'm missing a step. So I'm sliding. I get back on the road. I go pick up my load. We on to the next destination. The door closing better, but it's still fighting with me. I'm still having to hit it 3, 4, 5, 6 times. It's still not flowing as fluently as I feel like it should flow. So I'm like, it's not perfect. It's getting better, but it's not perfect yet. And I feel like people say nothing can ever be perfect, but I feel like that's a perception. If you feel like something is perfect in your eyes, then it's perfect. But if you feel like there's still room for growth, then you know you still got room to grow. You still got room to flow. So I was like, man, I'm not even finna get so overwhelmed and have this one challenge throw me off of my entire mission, because then all my other energy is going to be off, and that's going to have a trickling effect with everything else that I'm going to come in contact with. We have what we need to get where we want to go, in the moment. But at the end result, but conscious mind though, we still gonna have to do some more thinking to figure out what it is that we need to change to get the best result in our eyes, which is our perfectionism for this process, our perfectionism for this activity, our perfectionism for this system. So I was like, okay, now when I finally was able to return to base, a more experienced being, aka my dad, was like, why your door not closing like it's supposed to? I'm like, I've been looking to figure it out since I bought the latch. And that's the beautiful part about the wisdom of people that have already been where you want to go. He said, you got some of your PB Blaster? You know, PB Blaster is like a lubricant to make things. It penetrates and it allows you to release a bolt that's been rusty, or it allows gears to have more lubrication so they're not having all that heat prematurely wear out the metal, and which will cause it to break faster than what it would if it had the proper grease. So he's like, give me some PB Blaster. He sprayed some PB Blaster on the door. Boom, close the door easy. Boom, open the door even easier. Boom, close the door easy. Boom, open the door easier. Every time, now the system was working a lot more effectively. Because remember, when you take certain things out, it changes the taste. When you put certain things in, it changes the taste. So that recipe for that door latch now has been perfected to where that latch is closing like butter. Every time you open and close that latch, it's like butter. It's money, baby. It's value. Because now I ain't got to boom, 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 boom 5 and 6 times for it to work. One hit. And I looked at that and I related that back to life. I related that back to opportunity. The door was old. The latch was old and the tongue was old. So it's time for it to have new parts on the same vehicle. So it's like your body, right? It's like when you've been at such a unpleasant place physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it's time for you to take those old parts out and put some new parts in, aka energy. It's time for you to take that old energy out and put some new energy in. But see, the thing is, even when you put that new energy in, when you installing a new software in your body still has to get acclimated to that new source. Your body still got to get acclimated to that new energy. So it's not just gonna work in correspondence like real quick, because it's still in the process of getting acclimated. It's your subconscious is still used to that old way of thinking. Your conscious mind has been ahead of your subconscious mind, so your conscious mind is more acceptable of the new energy, but your subconscious mind still like, bro, we still in that low vibration. We still in that negative side a little bit. You feel me? And the subconscious ain't gonna fully 110% get rid of the negativity, but you want to bring it down about 5%, maybe 7% on the high. Because it's just natural to have positive and negative emotions and energy and thoughts, but it's all about which one will outweigh the other. So it was like, man, it took a couple of ingredients. It took some time. It took some extra expertise from somebody who had already been through the change. Somebody who had already replaced their parts and put new parts in and have been functioning at a lot higher capacity with these new parts, with this new energy, with this new frequency. To say, hey, I see you replace the new parts, but you're still missing a step. Let me give you this step and let's see if that gets you what it is that you need to be, or does it get you closer to where it is that you need to be? And I'll be doggone it happy and excited if that last piece, which was the penetrating blaster, was the piece or the ingredient that really allowed that door to flow as it was designed to flow. Because the thing about us is we were created to be so great, so bright, so abundant, so creative, so amazing that the other energies out here know that when we are functioning in our highest capacity, we can't be stopped. When we're functioning in our highest capacity, we can't be defeated. When we're functioning in our highest capacity, we can't be destroyed. Because energy never dies, it just transfers. But when you're in such a low frequency, that energy will be dim. That energy won't be able to really penetrate through the things that it needs to add value and create life in the things that it was meant to add value and create life for, with, or through. But once you put those new parts in, once you put those new systems in, and you make sure all systems are functioning in harmony, then that's when you begin to shine even brighter. Then that's when you begin to harmonize within yourself. Then that's when you begin to serve, add value, and create the life that it is that you desire. But we can't get that only on the surface level. We can't get that only on level 2. We can't get that on level 3. We got to go back to the foundation. We got to go back to everything that we thought we knew. We got to go back to everything that we thought we believed and say, hey, I know I believe this, but is this in alignment for where I'm going now? Is this going to help me function effectively now? Is this going to allow me to harmonize effectively and efficiently now so I can continue to bring these goals into this dimension? Is this going to bring me what it is that I've envisioned into reality? Is it? Is it? I know in the systems and the way in which I've been operating lately, I'm still reprogramming my subconscious to be in alignment with my conscious. And it's not easy. It's not fun all the time. It's not fair all the time. But I know that in my conscious mind, there is a being that I am determined to bring out. I know in your conscious mind, there is a being that you are determined to bring out. Because, again, I know this because we continue to align with each other in our paths that we've met on. Y'all know I'm on a climb. Well, I didn't tell y'all, but I'm on a climb to create at least 1,000 subscribers within this next 90 days for the Steady Stepping Podcast, so we can truly begin to build a network within the community of the Steady Stepping Podcast. And I made a mission. I said, I'm gonna get my first 1,000 subscribers pound for pound, step by step. And when I say pound for pound, that means that I'm gonna do guerrilla, damn near door knocking marketing, where I go up to people personally and say, hey, what's your name? They'll tell me their name. I say, hey, I'm Destine. And I say, are you tapping into podcasting? Some say yes, some say no. But if they're not, then I ask them, oh man, you don't realize the game that's changing out here? And for the people that's already into podcasting, they already know what's up. But I'm having to become a new being that is able to bring these subscribers in and also continue to hold and uplift our attention and uplift our energy and uplift our vibration so that we can be in a higher consciousness. But I'm realizing it starts with me first, because as a conductor of my own train, if I can't lead myself, how can I expect to lead you all? How can I expect to lead my sons if I wasn't leading myself? And that's the beautiful thing about consciousness, that once you realize that you aren't, or that you weren't fully in control of your train, you say, hold up, let me pull this train to the side. Let me turn off the engine. Let me look through the manual. And let me see, are these different systems that I want to be operating? Then start the engine back up. Then get back on track. Then start rolling. Because then when you reset, you got a new perception and you back on a better track. Oh my goodness, everything is going to look so much clearer. Everything is going to go so much smoother. Everything is going to be so much more positive. But the name of this game in this conscious world is intentionality. What are your intentions? Because you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested. Because if you're not tested, you don't know if it really works. I know you don't want this energy because I'm on a positive frequency. I don't even want to give him that negative energy, because I know if I give him that negative energy, though I'm going to feel good once I've given him that energy, so he know to never ever play with anybody in that space again. I said, you know what? We're going to take this opportunity to use it as a learning lesson for that brother. So yeah, I made sure I got off behind him. And yeah, I made sure he knew that I wasn't the most excited about what he did to me. But did I sit there and curse at him? Did I sit there and threaten him? Of course not. I wouldn't do that, because that's going to put me into a negative energy space. Like, oh, I'll you up. I'll do something to you. Why would I say that to him? He's upset about something that's not going right in his life. That ain't got nothing to do with the abundance that I got going on. People are upset about what they got going on in their life, so they're going to reflect their things on you and try to bring you into their energy field. But no. We had a higher consciousness. We had a higher vibration. So you know what we do? We turn the energy around. We say, then start the engine back up. Then get back on track. Then start rolling. Because then when you reset, you got a new perception and you back on a better track. Oh my goodness, everything is going to look so much clearer. Everything is going to go so much smoother. Everything is going to be so much more positive. But the name of this game in this conscious world is intentionality. What are your intentions? Because you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested. Because if you're not tested, you don't know if it really works. Like, I had a dude try to run me off the road the other day. And the old part of me, the negative part of me was, I'm finna deal with this mother. You want to play chicken? I'm going to show you what chickens do when they go to the goddamn house. They go to get eaten. But then I said, you know what? This man don't want this type of energy. He don't want this frequency that I can be on. And then I said, ooh, I know he don't want this energy, because I'm on a positive frequency. I don't even want to give him that negative energy, because I know if I give him that negative energy, though I'm going to feel good once I've given him that energy, so he know to never ever play with anybody in that space again. I said, you know what? We're going to take this opportunity to use it as a learning lesson for that brother. So yeah, I made sure I got off behind him. And yeah, I made sure he knew that I wasn't the most excited about what he did to me. But did I sit there and curse at him? Did I sit there and threaten him? Of course not. I wouldn't do that, because that's going to put me into a negative energy space. Like, oh, I'll do something to you. Why would I say that to him? He's upset about something that's not going right in his life. That ain't got nothing to do with the abundance that I got going on. People are upset about what they got going on in their life, so they're going to reflect their things on you and try to bring you into their energy field. But no. We had a higher consciousness. We had a higher vibration. So you know what we do? We turn the energy around. We say, you know what? I understand that you're not upset. I understand that you're upset and things aren't really going right in your life. So I'm going to be the initiating positive source that elevates the energy. So I kindly had my phone out and I recorded him. I recorded his vehicle numbers, and I would just report him to the appropriate authorities so that he will realize every cause has an effect. It's not up to me to deal with you in your field of negativity. It's up to me to deal with you in my field of positivity. And the most positive thing for me to do is give this to somebody who signed up for this. I ain't signed up to deal with people and they bullcrap. I ain't signed up to damn control the people when they negative. It's people that sign up for this happily and they get paid what they get paid to deal with people in their shenanigans. They call them the police. I call the police because you know what? At the end of the day, that's their job to deal with that negativity. They signed up to deal with people that want to cause ruckus and all this other crap. They signed the application and the contract to deal with that. I didn't sign up for that. So I'm not going to let you jeopardize all the great things and abundance that I have going on for your split second of ignorance. Because I know I'll win. I know I'll win in that moment, but I won't win the real game. The real game is life. Being able to really be in control of your time. Not having nobody manipulate and tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it. That's the real game. Having full freedom mentally. Having full freedom spiritually. So I'm going to give it to somebody who on that frequency with you. Let them deal with that. I'm going to go on about my day and continue to have a great day. Because when that happened, I said, ooh, this was a test. And I passed it. So, truly, truly remember, y'all, in this new phase of becoming, you're going to have to dig. And that shovel might not get you to where you need to go. You might have to go get an excavator. You might have to go get something that can bring up more dirt and bigger loads so you can really get to the foundation. Because depending on how much of a maturity level you at, that's going to determine how deep you got to dig. A lot of people are willing to challenge things. But I'm too afraid not to challenge things. Because I don't want to live in a what if. And when you living in a what if means you never challenge something. You never stepped outside of that comfort zone to see if there was better. And I feel like for me, sometimes that can be good and bad. But I've always made it more good than bad. And again, I'm not perfect. Yet, in my perception. But I'm striving to be better than what I was yesterday. Damn sure what I was last year. Damn sure than what I was last lifetime. It's all about elevating the spirit because we're so much more connected than we are disconnected. Everything around us is like everything in us. Truly remember that, y'all. So, this episode was brought to you and sponsored by the Steady.Stepping.Podcast. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and share it with some of your family members that you feel like really are in a phase of growing and they're wanting a source of enlightenment within themselves. They just don't know where to start. They just don't know where to go. They just don't know the community to be around. What is it? What will you help somebody do that somebody helped you do? Remember, each one, teach one, allow us to reach one. And that's the peace and blessings of the abundant universe from within and out. So, thank y'all for tapping in with us on another lit situation on the Steady Stepping Podcast. Y'all know we y'all favorite place to be every week. Because we growing. And shout out to all the new subscribers that I have met this week. I love y'all. Shout out to y'all. And I'm going to continue to meet new subscribers. I want to continue to flow and grow with you guys. Because that's what it's about. It's about connecting and truly, truly loving the abundance that we all have to be a part of. So make sure y'all like, share, subscribe again. And post a comment on what gem you got from this episode. What was your favorite gem from this episode? And, gem of the day. Gem of the day. If you want to go deeper, faster, get a bigger machine that will allow you to accomplish your goal. Don't work hard all the time. Let's work smarter. Let's work smarter. We got big brains for a reason. We just get to exercise them. So make sure y'all use them big brains that y'all got besides a head rack, like besides a hat rack, like Big C love to say. So that's a wrap. Peace and blessings to each and every one of y'all. I know I'm gonna see y'all at the top because I know we gonna rock and I know we gonna grow because that's just how we flow together as a community. We will be amazing. Peace and blessings, y'all. I will see y'all next week.